They're looking pretty rosy over at T-Mobile.
I just still don't understand the capex. They've been at the same capex for like 5 freaking years.
I mean, they're settling in there. They said that's basically going to be what it's going to be for the next couple of years.
Yeah.
You guys want to talk network?
Yeah, I guess they're best in class there too. Let's talk about it.
All right. Industry leading in voice over NR. Industry leading in 4-carrier aggregation 5G connectivity. In regards to CBand, or excuse me, DoD, the 3.45 gigahertz, wasn't a part of their short-term, mid-term, or long-term plans, so they sold it and ended up getting more N41. 800 megahertz. It is official. They can either deploy it or monetize by selling it. They received no qualifying bids for 800 megahertz.
They'll deploy it.
They are not required to sell it. They have no plan for it just yet. When asked about potentially using it for direct to cellular, direct to device, they said no. They're going to stick with the plan with Starlink and PCS, the 1900. Some other things about the network. The quote, this was from Mike Sievert. We are going to be the first to fiber where we choose to build fiber. We chose the fastest builders as their partners. And this next quote, this is from Eugene as well. Quote, we are not just defending our 5G lead, we are extending it. The margin of our leadership is increasing every day. He went on to say that in building their network, they use AI and algorithms to build the network bigger and deeper. They're no longer worried about pops covered. It is about the depth and the breadth of the network.
What? The building the UP, for crying out loud. Where's your AI there? Like, what?
I don't know. They're talking about customer experiences continue to lead to better outcomes. It drives up the CLV values. That's how they improve in their network grid.
How are they? How are
they run simulations against their competitors where to build the best pops.
But how are they leading in network? How are they expanding upon a network lead when they don't really win anywhere? Where's the lead, Sneed? We're talking about Ookla again?
Ookla says they would never would be.
Oh my God!
I got one bar of service here. What are you talking about? Like for crying out loud! Like,
one thing,
fiber.
One thing that came up that was really good. So we know that they got rid of the DoD, right, and they focused on the N41. But the 3 gigahertz, they were asked about CBand, and they said that they very selectively purchased it only in markets where they have the grid to support it. So that's kind of an old thing that they said back in the day. That was a Neville talking point back in 2021 or whatever it was, when asked about the C-band. So they realized, I think they realized that it's important. It's going to bring capacity to their network where they need it.
When are they going to deploy it?
But we don't know. That's another thing. I don't.
So they just get to sit on it? I mean, it's been like 3 years.
It'll definitely help with offload while they're waiting for millimeter wave to get deployed, but they're just sitting on it.
How do they get to sit on it? How do they get to sit on it? Like, they got different rules than everybody else. How do they get to sit on? They get to sit on Spectrum. AT&T gets to get free Spectrum. And meanwhile, both of them are sniffing butthole from Verizon because they still can't beat Verizon in network performance.
You know why, B? Because Verizon deployed their C-band. Verizon has C-band.
Can we just level the playing field, though? Like, I mean, if you get to buy Spectrum and just sit on it for multiple years, then why can't Verizon do that? Like, why? Well, I mean, if you're going to get 60 megs of free Spectrum and the government's going to help you build it, like on some Donald Trump Mexico wall stuff, like, come on, man, what are we talking about right now? How is this quote unquote free market? Like, this seems extremely rigged.
Election
season. Because T-Mobile's the industry leader, B, they get to do whatever the hell they want.
I mean, it just doesn't make sense to me. You're just sitting on Spectrum that could be used by someone else.